Imagine the horror of a peaceful afternoon shattered by gunfire just steps from the White House. Two dedicated National Guard members now cling to life after what authorities are calling a deliberate ambush. This chilling event has everyone on edge, and it's a stark reminder of the dangers our service members face right in the heart of the nation's capital. Stick with me as we unpack the details, because the layers here go deep and could change how you view security in D.C. It all unfolded on November 27, 2025, around 2:15 p.m., not far from the bustling Farragut West Metro station in Washington, D.C. Officials from the Metropolitan Police Department, led by Executive Assistant Chief Jeffrey Carroll, described how the shooter suddenly appeared from around a corner, lifted his arm with a gun in hand, and unleashed a barrage of shots directly at the victims. For those new to these kinds of reports, a targeted shooting means the attack wasn't random. It was aimed specifically at these individuals, likely for reasons tied to their roles or affiliations, which makes the whole situation even more alarming. Thankfully, fellow National Guard members who were nearby sprang into action the moment they heard the shots. They rushed to the scene and managed to overpower the suspect, holding him down until help arrived, even after he'd been injured himself. Carroll praised their quick thinking, noting how their bravery turned a potential tragedy into one where the gunman was neutralized on the spot. It's moments like these that highlight the selflessness of our Guard forces, who are often called upon to protect not just in wars abroad but right here at home. But here's where it gets controversial. The investigation into the shooter's motives is pointing toward possible international terrorism. Law enforcement, including FBI Director Kash Patel, is digging deep to see if this was inspired by any foreign terrorist groups. To give you some context for beginners, international terrorism involves acts planned or encouraged by organizations outside the U.S., like those we've seen in global headlines, and confirming that could ripple through national security policies. The suspect has been named as 29-year-old Rahmanullah Lakanwal, according to multiple sources close to the probe who spoke with ABC News. He's originally from Afghanistan and arrived in the United States back in 2021 during the Biden administration's efforts to evacuate and resettle people fleeing conflict there. Think of it as part of the broader humanitarian response to the Taliban's takeover. Lakanwal then applied for asylum, a legal process where someone seeks protection from persecution in their home country, and it was approved in April 2025 under the Trump administration. This timeline adds a twist, as asylum decisions can span administrations and spark debates about consistency in immigration. In response to the chaos, the White House went into a brief lockdown that afternoon, a standard security measure to ensure the safety of everyone inside during potential threats. The restriction was lifted by about 5 p.m., and luckily, President Donald Trump and the First Lady were safely in Florida, enjoying Thanksgiving at his Mar-a-Lago estate. Authorities are gearing up for a press conference this Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time at the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, where FBI Director Kash Patel and U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro are expected to provide updates and address the public's concerns. And this is the part most people miss. The National Guard's presence in D.C. stems from President Trump's federal takeover of the city back in August 2025, a bold move aimed at tackling crime and unrest. As of the latest figures, around 2,188 Guard personnel are stationed there, helping to patrol and maintain order. Just the day before this incident, during the annual White House turkey pardoning ceremony, a lighthearted tradition where the president spares 2 turkeys, Trump highlighted this initiative. He described D.C. as previously one of the most dangerous spots in America, but now totally safe, thanks to the Guard's efforts. You can stroll down any street in Washington and feel completely secure, he said, adding heartfelt thanks to the troops for their incredible work. Of course, this shooting challenges that narrative and raises questions about how effective these measures really are. Popular reads. Subtly, one can't help but wonder if this tragedy underscores deeper divides in how we handle immigration, asylum, and urban security, especially when a recent asylum is involved in something so violent. Is it a failure of vetting processes across administrations, or just a tragic coincidence? And with terrorism suspicions in the mix, should we rethink federal control over cities like D.C.? These are tough questions that don't have easy answers, but they're worth debating. What do you think? Does this incident expose flaws in our current policies, or is it an isolated case? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you agree or have a different take. ABC News' Ahmad Hemingway contributed to this report.